Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be reacting to my NASCAR Cup Series playoff predictions for the 2024 season. We had an alright moment in the Truck Series with 5 out of 10. We had a great moment in the Xfinity Series with me getting all of them correctly. I'm interested to see how this goes for the Cup Series. I'm a bit nervous because I'm not too sure how well this is going to go, but hopefully it goes well. So let's get right into the reaction. Playoffs here in 2024. This includes William Byron, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and a very surprising Michael McDowell. Okay, we have a lot to unpack here. Firstly, Byron, Larson, Blaney, Logano, Truex, I'm trying to remember, Keselowski, Reddick, Hamlin, Bell, all correct. So that's fine. Kyle Busch, I don't think anyone had Kyle Busch missing the playoffs this season in their bingo card. I didn't, as you can tell, because I predicted Busch to make it to the playoffs. He was close multiple times, mainly Darlington and what was it? Darlington and Daytona with Harris and Burton. So he was close there. Chris Buescher, you could say that Chris Buescher was just unlucky because of the amount of surprising winners that we got. Burton, Briscoe, almost Austin Dillon as well, but his win didn't count. So Buescher, he was very unlucky. He was competitive with Darlington as well during the throwback weekend, but obviously Reddick kind of locked up and kind of screwed himself over. So that also screwed up Buescher as well. At least he got a win at Watkins Glen against Shane Van Gisbergen, so that's at least makes it up for him. But still pretty unlucky there, I'll be honest, for Buescher. And these three, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and Michael McDowell. Bubba, kind of same boat as Buescher, just unlucky with the surprising winners that we got this year. Chastain as well, same with Wallace and Buescher, just really unlucky with surprising winners. And Mike McDowell, I don't know why I put Mike McDowell in, I'll be honest. I mean, because McDowell, yes, he was good last year, but this year he kind of struggled. You could say that he was competitive in some races, especially on super speedways and even some intermediate tracks, I believe. But Todd Gilliland, he was the better front row motorsports driver, in my opinion, this year in 2024. So he was a lot better than Michael McDowell, in my opinion. So with me to predict McDowell there is a bit interesting. But see how he goes in Spire. That'll be interesting to see, but I'm just not too sure. But I'm just glad I got at least like Keselowski, Byron, Larson, Blaney, Truex, Reddick, Hamlin, Bell in lineup. Even though Hamlin was pretty close of not making it into the playoffs at least. Well, that not making it to playoffs because of the points penalty, at least that didn't happen. Kyle Busch, I mean, last year was his first year with RCR, and he was actually pretty good in RCR. He got 3 wins, so I think that's going to continue for him. I think he's going to get maybe a couple more wins, but we just have to wait to see. He went winless. Yeah, I was very sad and depressed when Busch not only lost in Daytona, but also lost in Darlington as well, because I still think he's a phenomenal driver. But I hope he wins next year in 2025. Really, I genuinely hope he does, because this year was a dumpster fire for Richard Childress Racing, from Busch not even winning a race, being close a couple times but not even winning, to Austin Dillon's win being stripped off because of his Harris Max. Yeah, it just was not a good year, I'll be honest, for RCR. Bubba Wallace, he's been slowly improving, and I'm really excited to see that. I think he's definitely going to get maybe 1 win maybe this year, but we just have to wait and see. He went winless, just like Kyle Busch. To be fair, this was a bit of a down year for Bubba, I'll be honest. He wasn't competing a lot for wins. He was mainly in the top 15 region. So it was a bit of a down year, I'll be honest, for Bubba. Ross Chastain was the lead for Trackhouse. Once again, he's basically the face of Trackhouse. And even though
Last year was a bit of a dud year for him. He only got 2 wins, I'm pretty sure, which I mean, still not too bad. I still think, or maybe 3 wins actually. I still think he's going to continue his trajectory to make it to the playoffs. And
No, he didn't. He, how do I put this? He was just unlucky with surprising winners. Like, I will say this for Bubba, Busher, even Kyle Busch as well. I think those four would have made it to the playoffs if we didn't have like massive surprising winners in this series. So yeah, even though it was still a great season in 2024 for the Cup Series, Chastain not really, Bubba not really, Kyle Busch definitely not. I mean, he went winless for the first time in his career, so it was unlucky for Chastain, as well for Bubba and Kyle Busch.
also the reason why I also said Michael McDowell is because Front Row Motorsports, they have formed a technical alliance with Team Penske. Not with RFK Racing anymore, which I'll be honest, they're still pretty good, but they're now with Team Penske, so they're basically now with where the Wood Brothers are. But they obviously are 10 times better than Wood Brothers.
I mean, it's here's the thing about Front Row Motorsports. Like, obviously, yes, like they are replacing the Wood Brothers, as the alliance of Team Penske. But to be fair, it's quite ironic because Wood Brothers, they won with Harrison Burton, and Front Row Motorsports did not win, so it's a bit ironic there. And I mean, now they're going to be like in the top food chain, I guess you can say, of Ford. So I'll be interested to see how that goes for Ford, and as well for Front Row Motorsports. I mean, now they're going to have a new driver lineup with Todd Gilliland and Noah Gragson as well. So I mean, they might be pretty good. I'll be honest. It might be very good coming to next year. So we'll see how they go. I think they're definitely going to be playoff fringe contenders, in my opinion, next year. I think they might be as well competing for a lot more wins as well. But we'll see what really happens with Front Row.
And Todd Gilliland as well. I think he's probably going to be a top 20 driver, in my opinion. I mean, we saw a glimpse of flashes of his.
He was a top 20. I mean, he just got into the top 20. If not, he might be in like 21st, I believe. But he was very, very good in 2024.
Now I have 2 spots left. 2. These 2 drivers were the drivers that missed out on the playoffs. And actually, on my thing, I actually had them both swapped. So I'm actually going to flip it. Let's first start off with Chase Elliott.
Oh, oh god, I forgot Chase Elliott didn't make it to the playoffs last year. Oh god. I got that right, thank god. Yeah, this was a weird year for Chase. And they got one win in Texas, and that's it. But he was very consistent. Yes, he got knocked out of the round of 8, but he was still very consistent. And it was really weird to say that because I think Chase would have been contending for the championship if we didn't have the playoff system, I believe. So it's a weird phenomenon that Elliott was like, yes, on like stats and like wins, he was pretty poor. But if you have a look throughout the season, he was actually pretty decent and looking like a proper championship contender. So it's a weird year that Chase had in 2024, but I'm glad I predicted him to be in the playoffs. Whew, my God, I was not gonna be happy if I say someone stupid or something.
Now the final driver that I have is actually, we get into that. I guess we'll talk about some of the drivers that just missed out. I think probably the biggest one is Alex Bowman.
Fuck. Did anyone have him to win at Chicago? I didn't. To be fair to Bowman, I'm going to give Bowman a lot of credit. He stepped up. He really stepped up this year. Very, very good. I still think he should have been part of the round of 8. Because I mean, yeah, you could say that it makes sense that he should be disqualified, but he deserved to be in the round of 8. I mean, his performance throughout the playoffs was phenomenal, and he was looking really, really good to make it to the round of 8. I feel bad for him and for all the Bowman fans who had to deal with that dark day after the Charlotte Roval. and Joe Logano that was obviously got put in. Then he won in Vegas thanks to a fuel strategy. Then he won the championship. It's so weird that Alex Bomus's disqualification in the Charlotte Roval basically paved the way for Joey Logano to be your 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion. If that did not happen, we would not be talking about how fucking shit the playoff system is. I mean, it's still pretty shit because of Martinsville, but still, we wouldn't be talking this much about the playoffs and how Mickey Mousey and how Mickey Mousey shit it is if it wasn't for Alex Bowman to be disqualified from the Charlotte Roval. Oh god, it's tragic, very very tragic.
Maybe also the Legacy Motor Club drivers like John Nemechek, Eric Jones, both of them are very very good. And
I'm just glad they didn't put any of them in the playoffs. I would have screamed if I did. Oh, thank God I didn't, because that was shit.
Stewart Haas Racing. I have no Stewart Haas Racing drivers making it to the playoffs. No Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe was like their best driver. To be fair, man, I wouldn't be disappointed if I said no Gregson as well. I thought Gregson was pretty decent. I thought he was pretty good. Ryan Preece, he was just unlucky, I'll be honest, of just how bad Stewart Haas Racing was. Josh Berry, kind of the same as well. So maybe it is good I didn't put any Stewart Haas Racing drivers because what we've seen in the past, but Chase Briscoe, he was like maybe their best driver once again this year.
I think Justin Haley's going to make it, even with Rick Ware equipment, which actually has improved massively.
Why the fuck did I mention Justin Haley? Did I really think that he was going to do something?
So the final driver that I have to make it to the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series
Please say
playoffs
Ty Gibbs.
is Ty Gibbs.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, it's not really a bit of a surprise.
Oh, god damn, I got worried then. So that is, if I do some quick maths right now, that's 11 out of 16. That's pretty good, actually. It's more than half. That's pretty good, I'll be honest, for my Cup Series player predictions, because I was a bit worried coming into this. Ty Gibbs, he kind of where I expected him to be. He was very good, very consistent. He was racking off top 5s, top 10. Didn't get that win, but kind of fell off during the playoffs. Yeah, I'll be honest. He was just not good. I mean, it was so weird because when the playoffs started, I thought he was going to make it to around 12. I don't think he did. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he did. I think he was eliminated on the round 16. And I mean, that Phoenix crash as well in the finale just summed up his entire season. Like starting off well, then ending poorly. So I think I think Ty Gibbs is going to get his first win next year, in my opinion. With the new crew chief, who is it? Tyler Allen or something. I think, I mean, from how well he crew chiefed that 20 car in the Xfinity Series in 2024, I think he might maybe do some potentially maybe the same things with Ty Gibbs in 2025. I'll be honest, not too bad. That actually wasn't that bad as I expected it to be. So, yeah, only 11 out of 16 for the Cup Series, 5 out of 10 for the Truck Series, then 12 out of 12 for the Xfinity Series. So that's pretty good there, in my opinion. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.